Hey y'all, welcome to episode 52 of Stock Talk with Josh and
Nico,
Nico. How you doing?
good. We're not bringing you up.
Can you just wait for a minute? Shit, man.
I'm doing good. I had a gig this morning and then I had band practice. Now it's time to do some.
Well, you had a
podcast.
gig at what time?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. and then practice what at like 2?
4.
Is that why you were so late?
Yep.
Makes sense.
I'm recording an album, so I was actually in the studio.
You're recording an album?
Yeah, or actually EP.
How many songs? About 6, 7?
6, yeah.
I knew it.
Just wait.
All right.
Wait till it comes out.
Okay, so this guy's so eager to want to talk so much. I guess he could just introduce himself.
My name is Milan.
How you doing? Oh, welcome back. Welcome
Yeah.
back.
What
Welcome
episode is
back.
on?
He was on something probably early. Probably
Yeah.
like 15 or something. Because
Oh.
you were like, it's been
I
like.
think it was 13.
Definitely in
Oh.
the teens.
I think it was 13.
Definitely in the teens. So he's now the second guest to appear for 2 times on the
second
show.
time.
So, yeah, that's what's up. Round of applause. Round of applause. I think the last time was like 2 years ago.
We're gonna fact check it right now.
Life update. How you been doing?
Life update.
Good, working, opening up more facilities for truck repair and growing my trucking company.
Okay, and how long have you been in trucking?
Oh, it's been 5 years.
Mhm.
5 years. Diesel repair about 2 years. So,
So what do you like most about working in trucking?
I'd
Truck
probably
park.
say the people you get to meet and the companies you get to deal with.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I also own a brokerage, so I broker loads and freight across containers or
Yeah.
shipments, stuff like that. So I get to deal with people in both aspects.
Okay. And what do you hate most about trucking?
What I would hate most is probably the truck drivers who have a ego.
Okay.
What does that mean?
You get to deal with truck drivers who are constantly pissed off, don't want to because they're away from home, and
Oh.
and every time you talk to them, they have like a bad mouth.
I got you.
Even if you're nice to them, it's like a bad mouth.
Episode 16.
Okay, 16.
Options
July
talk.
15th. So over 2 years.
Yeah, over 2 years. Been
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, but driving trucks got to be kind of, you're on the road for so
Annoying,
long.
yeah.
It's no wife and kids with you. It can be kind of stressful. So I get that.
I see some drivers have their dog with them though.
Yeah,
so that
a lot of
probably-
them have dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people don't want to bring their wives because you're in such an isolated space.
You want to start
well,
cracking. You want to start cracking or whatever. I got you.
well, that's the other thing. But then you're so isolated. You get to see just your spouse, and it gets annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
So-
Too much time with anyone
Yeah.
is too much.
Yeah, so what actually were like the steps? Like, say if anyone wants to inspire to do what you do, what actually kind of got you into trucking? Like, what was the first step that you did?
Well, first step is my dad was a truck driver, and
First step is having your dad be a truck driver.
well,
That is a good step.
it's a good step. I mean, if he wasn't, I was gonna go into trucking regardless. The way you get into trucking is you got to have connections and you got to be able to build without having either trucks or trailers. So you got to be able to go to places where you can get parts. You got to know what kind of truck you're going to get. You got to know the motor in the truck. You got to know the transmission. Is it going to be a manual? Is it going to be an automatic? Basically, the first steps to opening up a trucking company is knowing about trucks and knowing about trailers, knowing the customers, knowing who you're going to deal with on a daily basis, what kind of driver you're going to have in the truck. Because if you have someone that's always going to have a bad mouth, you're going to ruin your basically, let's say you come to me, let's say like U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel came to me, I do their shipments. Well, let's say my driver went to U.S. Steel and said, well, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. You're just going
Yeah.
to ruin a relationship. So you got to know who's that driver in the truck. You got to make sure their temper can be controlled, stuff like that. Then what you got to do is, after you know who your customer is, you got to see what their shipments are going to look like. After you know what their shipments are going to look like, you can start putting your driver to each shipment, kind of go from there. Then you got to know who's going to be dealing with your invoices. Then you got
So my question is, at what point or what age did you learn about trucking? Like, did you acquire most of the knowledge?
Did it kind of like grow up with you? Like how you said your dad was like,
well,
just in the
I was
industry?
dealing with trucking since I was a kid. I mean, I was
okay.
always in the truck, but I started going in the trucking business when I was 15. So
Okay.
15, I started doing dispatching, putting logistic work together. 16, I opened up my company, which I bought 10 trucks. And then
Man.
17, I opened up another brokerage company. Basically, I went to customers like U.S. Steel, all these companies, and I said, hey, I want your contracts, basically go from there. And then I started 18, I started buying trailers, rent out trailers to people. Or what I would do is I'd load up these trailers with shipments, and then people would come in and pick it up and take it.
Okay.
So basically, like third-party work,
Okay.
warehousing, and
Interesting.
So you never were like more like on the driving side of things.
I drove for 1 year. That's it.
Oh, I'm guessing you stopped for a reason, huh?
Well, I mean, driving is annoying.
Uh,
But it's driving is not the annoying part. It's dealing with other people.
gotcha.
I mean, you're gonna have idiots on the road,
Yeah,
and
right.
they're gonna be like slamming on their brakes for no reason. Then you're gonna have people that want the insurance money, so they'll go in front of the semi truck, slam on their brakes.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're gonna have dumb stuff like that.
People lose their mind when they're behind a semi, whatever.
Yeah. But I would never stop in front of a semi truck. I'll tell you that.
You're right about that. So, obviously we're called a Stock Talk podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
You know us very well, like how we know you now a little bit very well, more ish, I guess. But so you started with trucking off. How did that kind of like transport you into the stock market? Like when did you start investing and things like that?
I started investing when I was 16. I bought stocks of so the first stock I ever bought was C.H. Robinson stock. That was one of the first stocks I ever bought, which is basically it's a logistic company, but also has trucks, trailers, like trucking
Yeah.
stuff. Then the second stock I ever bought was SPY, because SPY is one of the best stocks because it takes the 500 companies in the world that are doing the best and basically compounding it into one stock
Yeah.
that returns you on average 8%, somewhere around there. And then the next stock I bought was privately owned, which was another trucking company, which is ABF Freight.
Oh, I see their trucks. Okay.
So they're actually right here on the other side in Lansing, Illinois. They also have like 140 locations where they park their trucks and stuff. But that was one of the biggest investments I made because I threw in like $120,000 at them.
Man.
So my return on investment with them right now is about 13%.
Okay.
So I'm sitting at 13% per year on there. So
13% per year?
yeah.
That's good.
So, but this year it's gonna come down to about 6-7% because the trucking market is falling, transportation is falling. We just had Yellow Corp file for bankruptcy. We had UPS file for bankruptcy.
UPS?
Yeah, UPS file for bankruptcy.
I thought UPS just raised the pay.
They raised the pay for semi-truck drivers, but they have to do a Chapter 13 to reallocate resources to where it has to go.
I got you.
So a lot of companies, what they do is they file for bankruptcy when they know something better is coming. So like let's say you, for example, you have a trucking company. Well, let's say you have all these old trucks that aren't good anymore. Well, UPS has these trucks that don't have air conditioning in them.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna write off a Chapter 13 to get rid of all the old trucks,
Bring in some.
and then bring in the new trucks after Chapter 13 closes.
Gotcha.
So that's going to introduce air conditioning to all the trucks. So bankruptcy is not always a bad thing. So
that doesn't ruin their credit or anything like that?
No, because what they're going to do is they're going to do a Chapter 13, which basically, let's say all your loans. So let's say they have $1 billion in loans out right now. Well, now in Chapter 13, let's say the trucks that don't run anymore, they get to write all that off. So the government will buy back all that cheap equipment that they don't want. But all the equipment that's still good, the government will buy it back at a lower price.
Okay, so do you know what's the company that, or Yellow Corp, why did they go under then?
Well, you have mismanagement of funds. You have a contract.
They kept losing money.
Yeah.
The last couple of quarters were all unprofitable.
Yep. One of the biggest reasons why is mismanagement of funds, mismanagement of drivers, mismanagement of logistic work, and, I mean, overall, the trucking market has been falling. So you take all that in consideration. Let's say the CEO took 150 million and mismanaged the funds, and then you have the markets falling, your imports and exports are at their all-time lowest. Then you take in that there's other companies that are, let's say he owns UPS, you're going to underbid, he's going to underbid your contract. So like let's say you have a $400 million contract, he comes in and bids $300 million. Of course, that contract's going to go with him because he offered $100 million less than what you did.
Yeah.
So Yellow Corp lost all their contracts from the Teamsters Union, and then they screwed over the Teamsters Union by taking an ERC credit for all the employees that they had and never paid the employees.
All right. So with the trucking market being on the decline, do you think it's because it's lack of drivers, or is it just because of the imports and exports?
Imports and exports are the biggest thing, and then drivers is another big one because a lot of people don't want to drive anymore.
Okay.
So that's another big one. People don't want to drive over the road.
Okay. Okay. So for a while now, we've been saying how we see lots of hiring signs, right? Like just in general, we feel like we see lots of hiring signs. But doesn't it seem like a lot of people are looking for jobs and stuff? Do you guys see the disconnect there between people saying they're looking for a job even though there's lots of companies hiring?
That's true. I mean, but the one thing you got to factor in is requirements. Do they have a resume? A lot of companies will have for hire signs. But the problem is people don't want to work.
It also may be the type, like I feel like maybe the hiring signs are more so at the restaurants and the service businesses than they are some of the higher end jobs.
Yeah, it's like dealing with like more human interaction jobs. It's kind of like taking.
Yeah.
And that might be a problem because of COVID. You know, we sat in the house, barely talked to different other people for.
I wouldn't say it's more
And the
towards
people
COVID.
are like, I don't know if I can talk to people again. I think I'm going to stay at home forever.
You know, bench warmers. You know, his one brother who just stays in the house and is scared of his son. That's how everyone's like now.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's more like the people you're going to deal with at that place.
Yeah, it's not worth the $15 an hour or whatever.
That too. Also.
Well, waiters and waitresses make less than that.
Yeah, they make $2.13, but they make their tips.
Right, the tips probably adds up.
That's
to way
probably
more.
another reason why. If someone comes to you and says, "You're going to make us tips," well, I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, because it's like.
Well, they're probably making a lot more than $15 an hour.
I don't know. Like, how many people are going out to restaurants now? Like,
well, barely, and a lot of these restaurants are shutting down. How many restaurants shut down the past year? All the restaurants in the square.
There's plenty opening though too.
There's a lot opening, but they're closing within the year.
And plus, you got DoorDash now.
Yeah,
a lot more people are eating at home.
So. I guess.
So there's less brick and mortar locations, and there's more like catering businesses.
But, I don't know. You couldn't argue that eating at home is cheaper right now. I don't think that's a good argument.
Well, yeah, you can.
Not really.
Eating at home is a lot cheaper.
That's typically what they say, but the grocery inflation isn't any better.
Well, it also depends where you're shopping at. I mean, people who shop at Whole Foods are spending $200-$300. Let's say you go to Costco, the same products are $100.
You go to Dollar Tree too.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you go to those wholesale locations, you're buying in bulk and you're buying cheaper.
Yeah, you're saving money. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Walmart's starting to sell stuff for $1 too.
Yeah.
Walmart's cheap too. Yeah.
And actually, when I brought up Dollar Tree, you know how they changed prices to $1.25.
Yeah.
A lot of their prices are gonna go back to $1 because of Walmart having prices down.
But I mean, so what does this mean for the companies? Like, if the restaurants are hiring, but they can't get people. I mean, I feel like we've been saying this for almost a year and a half.
Well,
2 years.
A lot of restaurants have shut down. A lot of them have. And didn't Burger King just announce they're closing 300 locations? And then
they need to do what Denny's is doing. Denny's has that robot as the waitress.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, it's still up to the quality of service, and it's still quality of food. If the food quality is not there, no one's gonna eat there. I mean, that's the give or take. Like,
but that shouldn't have changed though.
Yeah, it'll make a big difference.
But in the last 2 years, like since
I mean, if you go to a restaurant, like compare a restaurant like your favorite restaurant to like 2019 to now.
Yeah,
a lot of those items are like taking off though.
Yeah.
Like if you compare the menu items,
or they're up in price.
Or like, what's weird that that place in Maryville, that big Greek place that opened, that place closed. Do you know that what's it called?
I forgot what
that
it
was like a big place and it was nice.
I forgot what it was
Simply
called.
Greek, our spot closed too.
Oh, that one closed too. You're right.
Well, a lot of these companies are, like I said, these restaurants are just closing.
Yeah.
Like Geno's just announced they hit the all-time lowest this year. Their group.
Geno's
the guy that owns.
Oh, you're right. It's Greek.
The Greek guy, yeah.
Yes.
But he also owns the restaurants in the square. He also owns
It's not like
Takaro.
Okay, there's one Greek guy who owns the Avgo.
Yeah, yep, that's him.
Oh, really?
But it's a group of them. It's like 3 or 4 Greek people.
Yeah, and Umi, it's the Umi sushi
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
Theo's. You're thinking of Theo's, not Geno's.
It's Geno's.
No, it's the same thing.
They own all the old restaurants.
Same thing.
Yeah, but they said they're at their all-time lowest this year too.
Wow.
Because I mean, no one's really eating at the brick and mortar locations. People are more.
Maybe they're ordering.
Yeah, Mr. DoorDash.
I haven't done that job in forever.
But the other thing is, people are also realizing, because we're also in the fitness and gym world vibe right now. So a lot of people.
Kind of.
We
They
That I
say-
think it depends on
They
the state,
say
though.
they say that, but that's not the majority of people. Though.
well, what I'm saying is a lot of people are starting to eat healthier, right?
Maybe.
Look,
sure.
yeah, it's a
So
little bit more compared to like 5 years ago.
yeah.
Okay, I
That's it.
could agree with
So
that.
people want healthy food, fast, stuff like
Convenient,
that. Yeah.
cheap, all this stuff.
And people don't want to sit down at restaurants and eat. And
I
then-
always feel like it's a waste of time.
and the other thing,
What, to sit down in the restaurant?
I don't want to spend 3 hours to drive there, sit and wait for food and pay and all that.
Yeah, but it's just like the over.
I mean, it's a different experience.
You know what? He just asked. He just started this conversation of what's going on with the restaurants? Why does no one want to work here? You just said
Yeah, but
restaurants are
that's-
just stupid.
No, that's me though. That's me. Most people don't think like that.
but I mean, like I said, the restaurant business is it's like if you're gonna have brick and mortar locations, it's not worth it. It's better to have food trucks, stuff that's already paid off, that doesn't have a
Or-
payment keep going.
Or
Like,
maybe like that Sonic that opened in Crown Point, they kind of did the thing where there's no place to sit down inside. Like
Yeah.
there's just a drive-through pretty much.
That's
So-
most Sonics, isn't it?
yeah.
Well, okay, maybe yeah, but I'm saying just restaurants in general. Most of them don't do that. A lot of them are they're paying for that inside room.
And plus, when you got paid for who's gonna cleaning. You
Yeah.
got to clean the toilets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the other thing. That's probably what drives a lot of companies to like start failing. And then what the Japanese restaurant by the mall, that Wu House, whatever. it
Lou's
is.
house. I
yeah.
went there yesterday.
How
Yeah.
is it?
I wasn't happy.
Well, exactly. And then they also
Price wise, and I would say the food is not nothing spectacular.
How many people went with you?
Just me and Walter.
How much did y'all pay for it?
It was $100.
I mean, how much is a House of Kobe?
I
So
know.
it's like the same thing. It's $25-$30 for the hibachi meal.
Yeah,
But you like House of Kobe more though.
I want to say they're about the same.
they're about the same, and they have the same owners. I'm pretty sure.
Wu's house looks like newer and stuff, so you think it's like this going to be a better restaurant, but it's
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of hibachi places like the dude
Yeah.
squirts this. No, fuck that. No. No, thank you with that.
I mean, like I said, restaurants they're a failing business no matter where you look at it because return on investments on restaurants is very low.
Yeah.
Unless it's fast food, like Chick-fil-A has a high return on investment.
McDonald's.
Right, that
Taco
makes
Bell, stuff that's fast.
So those like dining restaurants,
they don't make money.
or unless you're a dining restaurant who charges huge prices,
Exactly, or a restaurant that's owned by like a famous like Gordon Ramsay or
or
stuff
a Michael Jordan Steakhouse.
like yeah,
Yeah, that makes
stuff
sense.
like that.
Gotcha. Big news this past week. So, India purchased 1 million barrels of oil from United Arab Emirates using
Emma, what?
Emirates.
No,
How do you say it?
Emirates.
Emirates? I like saying Emirates. though.
That sounds cool too, I guess.
I like it. You know what? It comes from
Emirates.
soccer. So somebody in soccer calls like Emiratis, and I remember like playing FIFA when I was younger. I said I'm always it's Emiratis.
I always call it UAE.
UAE, that's easier.
That too, yeah. Well, whatever you want to call it, UAE, Emiratis, Emirates. They purchased 1 million barrels of oil from them, and they did not use the U.S. dollar. You know what they use? Rupees.
Yeah.
How y'all feeling?
They
now?
used roofies to get it.
They used them too. But no, rupees, R-U-P-E-E-S.
Well, I feel like everyone knows what's happened with the states. I mean, no one wants to go with the United States anymore. China, Russia.
But that's just because like this year's like inflation
Well,
and the weakening of the dollar, right?
Not just that. I mean,
I feel like it's been like slowly. The past couple
people
years,
are slowly getting away from the U.S. dollar, even the euro. I mean,
Mhm.
everyone's stopping to use the USD in Europe. People are more going towards the euro or
that's one reason why I think last month or so they're starting like want to start bringing back gold, like different
Yeah.
senators backing up
yeah.
dollar
Yeah.
with gold, things like that.
That would be crazy if we went back to the gold standard.
Yeah, the gold standard
Oh,
That would be crazy.
would be nice. I do have like two things to like.
I honestly, I don't know enough about it to where could you like would it actually
Our-
change anything?
our fiat money right now is basically like an overinflated right now because how many people we've already bailed out. I mean, we had the bank crash, the SVB bank,
yeah.
and then we also had another bank crash, and then we had First Republic crashing, and then we had like 4 other banks crash right after,
Yeah,
wiped off. So it just tells you the U.S. dollar, we're putting more money than what we have actually in assets.
yeah.
The U.S. does not have this amount in
Oh,
assets.
I read that this morning. It said it went from the debt used to be 40% of GDP. Now it's 60%.
Yeah, it's way above it. And then we donate all this money to Ukraine.
Yeah.
how do you feel about them getting another $40 billion, whatever.
They got
every
more
week.
recently.
Yeah, they got way more.
Like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like it's a new thing every week. Biden sends 2 to 5 billion to Ukraine. Then 3 days later, he sends another 10 billion to Ukraine. Like, what the? Like, man, I'm broke. I just need $10. Like, exactly.
I get it. I mean, but I think this war is basically just something that they're using this war to cover something else up.
Yeah, that's what it feels
So,
like.
That's all we know. I mean, we don't know what's actually happening behind the scenes. I mean, we're just throwing money at Ukraine, but what's the money actually being used for?
Right.
We're not. There's no way.
They're actually being used from mansions, parties with all different type of naked women, doing a lot of cocaine, things of that nature.
Are they traveling to other countries and doing this, or are they doing it in Ukraine?
I don't know where they got. Actually, no. I think they got caught in somewhere in Saudi Arabia. I think
Exactly. I mean, you're at the UAE. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
we're getting A-Rap money. Whoa. Yeah, I think they should be all locked up. That's a nice transition to one.
Yeah, but you can't lock up a diplomat. That's the one thing.
True.
You can't really lock up a diplomat
Sure.
because it's very hard to lock up a diplomat because his country will retaliate.
Oh,
Hmm
what about Trump?
I mean, Trump's not.
Oh, he's not president.
Good segue. All right, yeah, that's actually the next thing on our list.
Oh, I didn't even know.
So great timing.
Great time.
But yeah, first we can bring it up. I know the entire world knows this. Trump getting arrested over RICO charges in the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
It was Trump and Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, was the two big names. And yeah, their mugshot has been released. Donald looks kind of funny. He kind of looks like Daffy Duck in that mugshot.
Right.
He,
Or
he,
Donald
he,
Duck,
he wanted to
yeah.
be a little bit mad. He was
Wait, so-
teasing everyone.
Yeah.
Is this because of? Did he? What did he do? Did he call somebody and say, "I want my votes" or something, or "I need to win"?
I think it was because of the Georgia, during the election. But let me
Yeah.
make sure. RICO charges. Because I feel like it's a new charge for him every, other
Okay, you
week.
know how they say okay, let me ask this question: is it a conspiracy or is it proven that there's stolen votes and all that stuff?
I mean,
Okay, yeah. Trump and his allies have been each charged with one count of violating Georgia's RICO Act by allegedly trying to undo his loss in the 2020 election in the state.
Oh,
And then I think that was a tweet. Stop the count. I think that was because of Georgia.
Yeah.
I think that was because of it. But yeah, he took the mugshot and he was gone in another 10 minutes. He
Yeah.
was not. He didn't stay there, but
well,
didn't
but
stay
but
there.
but it also opened up an investigation on that facility, on that jail,
why?
because it was so uncleanly, because the Secret Service had to go in,
Yeah,
and the Secret Service didn't like how uncleanly it was.
really?
So it opened up an investigation on why is this
most
jail.
county jails are dirty, honestly.
Well,
You think about it.
exactly, but it opened up a bigger investigation because this was the dirtiest jail in the country.
Oh my
Man.
god,
Yeah.
that sucks for them.
He said there was mice rolling around when he was taking his mugshot.
Wow.
That's crazy. A lot of normal people, I know some people are going to go to jail for murder,
Yeah.
robbery, but sometimes you get pulled over for anything. Just you got to sit there, you got to see rats coming out
Yeah.
there for the next 4 hours of your day. Like, what
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
this?
That's how you get bailed.
Yeah, until you get
He had a nice bail amount,
I think it was 200.
200,000, but it was a $2 million bond.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Basically, you pay 10%, so his
It was-
bail.
His was at $2 million. He had to pay 200.
Yeah. So you pay
Oh.
10%, but he owns the bail company, so it's just
I
like
don't understand. 200,000 is the bail,
yeah,
amount.
but the
What is
bond, but the bond is 2 million.
which
Yeah.
means I don't.
You only need to pay 10% of the bond to get out.
Yeah.
Then what's the bond for?
Well, the bond is just how much the crime is actually worth.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but the bail is 10%, which he owns the bail company. So the 200,000 was just a write off to him.
so it went to his own company.
Yeah.
He paid himself. You
Yeah.
got
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
Don't get a bond over $1 million because you don't have that money.
And the funny thing is, if Trump ever goes to prison, he owns every prison in the country basically because his group of investors. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird
That's
to
a
see.
good business to have. Own a bail company.
He owns a bail company and he owns because all big prisons are privately owned.
Yeah.
So he owns percentages of these prison. I mean,
Well, there's that stock you brought up back in the day that I made money on. That stock, that REIT or whatever it was, that one owns prisons.
Oh, that's okay.
Whatever you brought up that one time, forgot what it's called. But
Oh, you're welcome to.
yeah, thank you. I think I gave you commission. I gave you $50 commission or
Oh,
something.
I remember that. Yeah. What company was that?
It's I forgot the letters. It was like a 7. Oh, Geo.
Geo,
Corp.
yeah, Geo.
okay.
Yeah.
But that's a good business to own because someone's always going to be paying bail.
yeah.
Always. It's a new person. New 5 people get locked up every minute.
Endless cash flow, just
if not
coming in.
more. Yeah.
Well, now you're gonna open up those bail police people too. The people,
Oh, really?
The people that come after the people who
Yeah.
don't pay their bail,
Mhm.
Oh,
because you pay the bail, but then you don't actually pay. They bail you out, but you don't pay back until the court date.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Trump mugshot and went viral, you know?
Of course,
Went
Yeah.
viral.
and people are now on TikTok mimicking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I saw one meme. It was like an orange
hmm
and just with blonde hair on top of it. I thought that was funny. Yeah. People are going to be using it as album covers. It's honestly going to be like,
what is this thing?
what's that one freedom fighter's name?
Oh, it's a Taylor Swift shirt, but with.
It's like an old freedom fighter name.
I
You
don't
see,
know.
like high schoolers will always wear a shirt. What's the name of it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but I forgot the name.
Yeah, he's like a Brazilian guy or something. He has a movie too. Like me, what's the name of the guy? But if anyone does know, TikTok, if you know, it's this guy. He's like a freedom fighter, and he wore like a shirt. I think he was in Brazil or something. No, Cuba freedom fighter. I gotta Google this. Hold on.
There, this is
Google.
mine.
Cuba freedom fighter.
Let's go.
Because he killed a lot of
This
people.
is my shirt if you want it.
That's yours.
$22 only. I'll give you 10% off coupon.
That guy Shay Guevara.
Oh, he's in a David Bowie song.
Yeah, Shay, whatever his name is. But
Okay.
those shirts, that's gonna be that Trump mugshot is gonna be that
Oh,
new
I know what
shirt.
you're talking about. They used to be on shirts all the time.
Yes, that's gonna be the new Trump
That
one.
one.
Yep.
You're probably
Right
right.
here. That's Trump's the new Shay.
Yeah.
Trump's the new Shay. That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
You think that picture is gonna be it?
Yes.
hmm
And plus, somebody's gonna make it black and white too, and have like the eyes crossed,
Oh yeah.
like wall black red.
I
or
should
something.
do that.
$22.
That's it.
They ain't gonna buy it.
Not yet.
How long? How long has it been
It
up?
hasn't even been 24 hours yet.
Okay. All right. So, anything else to add about Trump? Real quick question: how do you think this will affect him and his election?
I think it's helping.
I think it'll help him.
I think it's like free
Why?
publicity because it's free publicity,
Yeah. And he's been arrested 6 times already this year?
and he's done enough bad stuff in the past to make him look bad, and it didn't. You know,
Yeah.
the fans are still there. So
Yeah, I will say with him being like a reality TV star too, like in his past,
hmm
like he knows how to capture a crowd.
Yeah,
I know
that's
that's
it.
right.
I think this is all just gimmick.
You're right. Yeah.
Gimmick.
All right, so now let's go on to our next your favorite person in the world, Mr. Elon Musk. He officially
He's not my favorite. He's in the top like 5.
he's not your favorite anymore?
Not number 1.
What?
Who's number 1?
Jimmy Page.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's a decent one.
Is Musk like 2?
He's somewhere up there. I don't know.
Damn, he fell off like that?
Who's second?
I don't know. I haven't put much thought into my top 5.
How you feel about Bezos though?
Oh, I don't like him as much.
Okay. But we like X.
I don't know how I feel about X.
Twitter.
No, Josh has very strong feelings towards this app.
Not really.
Yeah,
Like,
you are.
Okay, well let's
Every
just say
time
this.
they change a feature, I get a text message saying, "You won't believe this."
Like it's just so weird, but like we're kind of like robots.
Yeah.
Like if we see change, like why you do this, but then you kind of get used to it.
Did he get rid of the paid check mark thing?
No, that's still there. Twitter Blue still there.
It's still there.
That's stupid.
But then
No, it's-
remember when it first released, someone made
Everybody hated it. Yeah.
well, no, there was that one company. Someone made a fake company with the same name,
Boeing, they did that for.
and then the guy lost like 70% of the stock.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can still do that?
Oh, let me see. But yeah, Twitter. He finally changes the name Twitter to X Corp.
Mhm.
X Corp.
I guess that sounds cool. It sounds like something from like a Spider-Man movie or something.
Yeah, like I feel like I still think it should have kept the name Twitter because of it being so recognizable,
Right.
like around
Yeah.
the world. Plus, he changed not only the Twitter name, but like how tweets
Well, it's like look at
and retweets. They're just posts and reposts.
Well,
That
I
sounds-
get in my email formerly Twitter X.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, well, look at Meta. When did they change the name to Meta? Maybe
That's
2
different,
years
though.
ago?
That's
no, it's
different,
Not
though.
because everyone knew it as Facebook and
It's still when you log into it, it still says Facebook.
Yeah, it still
Everything
says
is right.
Facebook. It
Yeah,
still
I
says
guess.
Facebook.
Twitter is like is X now.
yeah.
That's the only difference.
I think they're gonna change Instagram too.
So
I
what?
yeah, I think so
Something
too.
Why?
Something else.
I think Instagram's good.
They change everything.
Yeah.
And they can change Twitter. Like I feel like Twitter had like more of the most
What
recognizable
if Apple changed?
brands across the world.
What if
No,
Apple
Apple-
changed to orange?
Well, didn't Apple say they're gonna make a new name called Pear?
I haven't heard that.
That's
Yeah.
Wasn't that like in the early 2000s or something?
that's
they had that?
iCarly.
Yeah,
The pair of phones.
they want to bring it. They
Oh,
want to bring
yeah.
it.
really,
Yeah, I heard something about it. I mean,
I wonder if iCarly gets like royalties.
or
yeah,
yeah,
it could be.
Nickelodeon probably because they own it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It's possible.
Viacom own it.
I mean, I heard about it. I mean, no one knows if it's
What,
going to
what
be
would
true
they?
or not.
What would they do? What would they make?
Probably another like iPhone kind of thing, just different.
Their own competitor?
Yeah, I mean, or something like what we have the iPad, we have the iPod, we
Maybe,
have
maybe like a VR headset.
maybe
or
it could,
something.
it could be something, something different.
well, they have their thing
or
coming
three
out of January.
or
whatever.
3D, a 3D phone. You don't know what they're gonna release.
I want them to make
Something
that.
for kids, maybe.
I want them to make that watch that has the hologram.
Can't wait for that to happen.
I
No, that's
know.
definitely-
I'm
I
gonna,
can't wait
I'm
for
gonna
that to
call
happen.
you and I'll be right
Well,
there.
now they release glasses that actually you can. It's like a VR headset.
Yeah, in January. It
Yeah.
drops in January. You know, we talked about like 1,200. I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
No, I think the glasses were like $3,000.
Okay, that's what we're talking about though.
Yeah, I think it's $3,000.
Who knows? And there's
Walter said he bought them.
You bought them already? The pre-orders up?
Walter said he, yeah. I'm like, that's
I'm just waiting for you to be able to control your own car just through your glasses. You just tell your eyes controls where the car
I feel like
goes.
soon in the next 50 years it's gonna be like Cyberpunk. You ever
Yeah,
play the game Cyberpunk?
yeah.
It'd be like implants. You
Yeah.
can control everything.
Yeah, that's Neuralink.
Well, one
Yeah.
thing people are already doing is putting their chips in their hand. And you could open up doors.
See,
Oh,
that's
so
crazy.
scary. I would not do that.
Yeah.
There's gonna be people gonna be doing it.
I hope I don't see that in my lifetime.
Or now you can
Might be
scan
good.
like people have this like the front doors and it scans your
Yeah.
retina.
Mhm.
It
like in
scans
the movies.
it scans your
in
eye
the movies.
to open up your door.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just don't
See,
lose
I
your
don't
eyeball.
like I don't like that stuff. I don't like I don't do the iPhone face recognition.
What? You don't do it?
No, I don't like that. I don't
Uh-huh.
trust it.
Yeah, they also take data from your face and stuff like that. So I
That's
mean,
fine.
there's a
You
lot.
have a Facebook, don't you?
Yeah.
They already have your data.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't.
You
care.
have a phone, don't you?
I don't care if they have my
Well,
data. though.
Apple is one of the companies that does not give out information to police departments or government agencies.
Good, because I don't read none of that except the term stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they don't give any information out. Like they
Yeah.
had the CIA came to them for information.
Yeah,
they said no.
They needed the password unlocked.
Yeah, and they said no.
Yeah, I heard the iMessages is like some of the hardest stuff to crack. Though.
Well, I'm pretty sure now Facebook is gonna have to be changed to something else in Europe because someone's suing. I forgot someone's suing Facebook in Europe. That's another big one. That's gonna be interesting because the government's getting involved, so something's gonna change.
Gotcha. Yeah, but what were you even talking about?
Twitter,
Twitter, right?
X.
Yeah, let's get back to it. You got any more questions about it? How you feel about X?
I don't use it.
Okay. You used X,
I just look at tweets of what people put.
their post.
Well, yeah, same thing.
Do we feel anything else strongly about it
We have
being?
no feelings.
You mad?
No, we have no feelings.
How you feel about the Blue subscription? You know, it's been kind of successful though.
Well, that's why I
No,
asked.
I
I'm
think
like,
that's dumb.
well, that's
No,
why
it's gonna be successful though.
that's why I asked. Like,
In
you
what
know,
way? In bringing in income?
A lot of people are buying Blue.
I know, but it defeats the purpose, though.
Of what?
The check mark is supposed to be, like authorized, like authentication, right?
Yes, but I think us, like just people in general, we want to have like that check mark to say like, oh, we're important.
But it
things
should
like
that's
that.
be
but that's why I also said like now I can go open up another fake account that says
Right.
Pepsi Cola,
Yeah, that's
And say,
stupid.
hey.
just because I'm paying for it, I'm gonna get it. Like that's
but then that's what happened, and that's what happened with that one company. It lost 70% of its stock.
yeah.
Yeah, I will say, I'll bring up Pepsi.
Make sure it's the right company.
That little gold thing. then you
Oh,
can
they
click
got a
on it.
gold one.
Verified because of the yada yada. That's the real company.
Yeah,
Okay.
but next thing you know, they're gonna say, okay.
So it's kind of like the different tiers.
Elon's
Like
gonna-
us regular people, it'd be blue. It'd be a blue check
yeah,
mark.
but
But different
next thing-
companies.
Next year,
gold.
Elon's gonna come out and say, if you want a gold check mark,
What's
it's
Elon
1,000 a month.
Musk's? Is his blue?
Let me see.
It says blue or gold.
He probably got like a fancy one.
It might be. It's actually blue and the X mark. So he's got two of them. See that the blue check mark and the X.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
He's like, I'm the owner. I get to put the X there.
He's such a loser. Look at this. Read the last line.
Verified since
Oh my
3000
God.
BC. Okay.
Why is he so corny? He's like 59. How old is he though, for real?
He's not that old.
I don't know how old he is.
I would say 45, 50.
We have like computers, phones, Apple Watches. We can't even Google this. But
Elon
yeah.
Musk age.
But the one thing too
I'm
is
gonna say 44.
I think another thing that's so successful too, people are actually getting paid off the revenue.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That makes me want to use the app.
And I think that's a good thing too.
And it's better he got rid of all those lazy people that weren't working at their offices. Remember when he first walked into the office at
Yeah.
Twitter and he said no one was working? People were just sitting down getting paid $300K a year.
Yeah.
He's 52.
Oh, really?
But for some reason, I still think like a little bit more, like just the experience of the app,
Yeah.
kind of a little bit more laggier
Yeah.
since he
Really?
took over. Yeah.
Probably because more updates are coming out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
So besides that, yeah, I guess you can't be too mad of it. It is what it is. But next thing we got is big news. Round of applause. Nvidia
Oh yeah.
beats expected.
Oh. AMD.
Right, me too. AMD. AMD. But Nvidia beats expected earnings for second quarter. So how are y'all feeling about that? And also, do y'all think it's too late to jump in?
Yeah,
It's definitely too late to jump in.
Everything's already priced in.
If their earnings are already if they already announced higher earnings, it's too late to buy in. If people bought it
Yeah.
before they say higher earnings were coming out,
So you don't think they'll somehow go a little bit higher?
it
sometime
can.
next year?
It's
it
possible.
can. It's possible,
but it's very unlikely. The more it goes up, the less likely it is.
yeah.
Okay.
But I'm more waiting on AMD to release their new chips
Me too.
because they said that
I got some. And plus, it's a competition that we got going on.
I feel like you said that in the last episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did. They partnered up with Apple with their new chip, and then
Yeah.
now they're releasing another chip to
Mhm.
basically this new chip. It's gonna be processing 10 times the speed of what they have now, and it'll be
I heard about it, yeah.
it's gonna beat Nvidia's.
10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Keep
So,
talking.
so the next 5 years, do you think which one's a more better, more safer company to invest in, AMD or Nvidia?
Well, they're both gonna be pretty much
Yeah,
equal because
right.
everyone's always gonna need a new chip. I mean, if you have an Apple product, you use an AMD chip in your phone. If you're using a Samsung, you have an Nvidia chip in your phone.
Mhm.
So no matter which
But
way.
Nvidia is bigger though. They probably have. Actually, I just made a video on this. They have 36% market share in GPUs.
Oh, Nvidia.
Yeah, and in 3D processing, they have 25% or something. I don't even know. I mean, I don't even.
Well,
they do so many things.
AMD has a better graphic output than Nvidia. Nvidia is just more known. AMD has better processing. Nvidia has better. There's like different benchmarks.
Yeah.
They're compared on an equal basis, but AMD has a better chip overall and it's much cheaper. That's one thing. Nvidia is it's more expensive.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up why is Roku's PE ratio negative, and what are they doing for EPS next quarter?
Roku?
No. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, AMD?
I put an AMD.
No, you put Roku.
He said Roku.
Why is it negative then? So their EPS is going down and then back up, but why is their EPS or why is their P ratio negative?
Everything is fake. Everything is fake.
I mean, these are trailing numbers, but still.
It
Oh,
could-
they did. They did. Last quarter they lost money. They lost money. Okay, so let's
Wonder
say
why.
so let's say they're doing what? $4 at EPS and it's a $100 stock, so it's a 25 you're paying 25 times earnings.
Mhm.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Forward PE of 37, 40, 32, 16, 12. It's all over the place. But 25, I mean, that's not bad. That's really not bad.
But the one thing I give AMD is they're always developing. They're kind of like Nvidia, and AMD just announced that they're partnering up with Elon on the Neuralink too.
Josh, look at if you bought this stock in 2015, it was $2. You would have 50 extra money in the last 7 years.
Yep.
Let me hop in my time machine and go back to
2015.
what month in 2015?
No, you want to see the craziest one? I made a video on this yesterday. This one's up 129,000%. This was like this stock was 3 cents.
Monster?
Yeah, back in the days it was 3 cents.
Did it? You know what's crazy? The people who bought Berkshire Hathaway when it crashed. When Berkshire Hathaway crashed.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
It crashed for like one day because when the real estate market for China crashed, Berkshire Hathaway crashed.
Yeah.
And people who bought into Berkshire Hathaway, they made a lot of money. No, you gotta look up A, not the B. The B is more for like people who don't have money. Like look at that, 540,000 per share. But then look at the
What does that mean? What if you buy $1 billion worth of what do you mean?
Okay, look at the 5 years.
EPS 24,000. Okay, what are you saying? The chart?
Yeah, go to the 5 years. Look at that. There's like a big drop. During
You mean the pandemic?
yeah, well, not just the pandemic.
Right here.
They also crashed.
528 to 400.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
It's a big drop because of real estate. Because as soon as they announced real estate,
I remember. Remember didn't we talk like months ago? Didn't we talk? Or one of us sent a news article saying China's
Well, yeah, that happened, and then they crashed like the whole economy in China
Mhm.
for like a day because of what happened.
there was a bunch of debt or something they couldn't pay off.
Yeah, the company couldn't pay off its debt, and then it had to, and then that was just, it also crashed SPY for like, what, 2 days, 3 days,
Yeah.
because no one knew what we're gonna do with this debt.
And then now it's just like, oh,
Well, yeah, because the U.S. covered it up. I mean, that's what happened.
it wasn't. It was like $1 trillion.
Yeah, it was a big
was
big
something
project.
crazy.
It was a big project.
You can't just cover that up.
Well, that's what they did. They did cover it up.
That's exactly what they did.
And we don't talk about it anymore. We talked
know,
about
it's
we
so
talked we
weird.
talked about it for 3 days. No one talked about.
We
it
talk
since.
about Berkshire B.
Hey,
Not a.
Hey, I don't have $500,000 to throw into this. Okay.
but people who
We gotta start up a GoFundMe account for us.
No.
Just say like, my ankle, my
So
back.
What's the volume on this? Like 4 shares a day?
who knows?
7,000. Okay.
Yeah, probably, but that's probably
Let's see who the holders are.
Well, your biggest holder is gonna be what's his name?
Insiders held 38%. Does that mean that means Buffett and
Yeah.
them
Yeah. Buffett's probably got the highest percentage of it.
and FMR 18
18 billion.
billion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never heard of them. Never heard of them. Never heard of them. I haven't heard of any of these.
Vanguard.
And
Yeah, Vanguard at the bottom. A little bit less than a mil.
Fidelity.
Yeah, but yeah, those are the mutual funds. 10 billion.
Vanguard.
No, I'm not Bill. My bad. Can't read.
Next up on the list.
How do you feel about electric vehicles?
EVs not good. I mean, F-150 Lightning, the new Ford
You
truck.
like that, don't you?
No, it's about,
I know he's gonna say.
no, it's about to, we're about to have the biggest recall on them in history. People are saying they're only at 25 to 50 miles per charge, and it's supposed to be 150.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta look up something.
So
Well, a lot of those Ford, like just in general, the electric cars kind of having
Yeah.
trouble because I think they all said it's 2025, kind of pushing it. But
well, the people I'm gonna give the most credit to right now is Rimac with their new
Reebok.
Rimac. It's they have the first hyper car that's electric
Is
made.
that that company from India or whatever? you
No,
put in
no,
there?
Croatia. They're the
Oh.
first Croatian electric hypercar.
But not as good as Tesla.
No, they're way better than Tesla. Tesla's using their starting.
How many cars have they sold?
They only sell 3 or 4 cars per year. The reason why
They cost $1 million.
they cost almost $2.5-3 million.
Jesus,
Because
Because the same guy who owns it owns Bugatti.
Oh really?
Oh,
It's
okay.
Rimac. So, I mean, if you want to say the real name, it's Rimac, which is Croatian and Serbian. I mean, the guy owns Bugatti. He also owns Rimac. And
I'm sorry for $2 million. I really could buy a Bugatti.
well, the thing is, you're getting the same brand regardless
True.
because both brands are on the car. You have Rimac and you have Bugatti on the other side, so you're getting both cars in one. But one's just electric and the other one's has a 16 valves.
Okay.
So
Hmm. Cool.
All right, and but no, the big news we had was we talking about recalls.
yeah.
One Vietnam EV company called VinFast recalls the first round of American imported cars because of safety problems with software issues and different errors going on.
Yep. That's usually what's going to happen when your first productions,
Yeah, with all of it happened.
Yeah,
like that.
2025 is gonna be very rough with the
Yeah.
newer.
Yeah, and then we're also going to be releasing the first electric semi-truck in 2025.
By Tesla.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's
So
about time.
You got that.
You think
Tesla's gonna be a-
you gonna get one of those?
Well, probably not till 2027.
Yeah, wait a couple years.
Yeah, you got to wait till those first, couple or
Till they catch on fire and then they fix it. And
yeah,
then buy it.
fix the issues.
Yeah.
Because what's going to be way different because you're not actually driving
Right.
Yeah.
because they're going to use the autopilot.
hmm
So what's the truck? Is there gonna be a truck driver?
There has to be a truck driver and a truck
Until they're on autopilot
Well,
for good.
No, they
For safety
You still need
reasons?
somebody to
yeah.
run
Someone
it,
still has to be in the truck.
Yeah.
Someone has to charge it. Someone has to
Yeah.
until you get to a point where there's a robot in the truck, which another 30, 40 years.
Gotcha.
Because no one wants to really work on AI.
Hey, how come we've been talking about drones for years? Where's the drone stuff happening? When's that coming? How come we don't see drones in the air?
We do see drones,
I
not
don't see
not
it.
here.
What about flying cars?
Well, now
they
we-
talk about flying cars. I never seen flying cars.
Can we start with first EVs? I can tell you they're catching on fire. You want something to fly now? How
But
about we
we've been talking about this for years,
Well,
though.
well, we already technically already.
Like there's a company that
Well,
makes them.
there's a guy who already made the first flying car.
Yeah, they're out by Hyundai or whatever it is.
First flying car. Yeah. There's that guy who made this car.
From the Jetsons.
Hold on. This guy.
it looks like a big quadcopter. Yeah.
This guy.
Right. Yeah, we looked at that. Yeah, we looked at that like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, there's that guy,
So how
but
come I don't see him in the air?
because it has to be approved by the FAA.
It did.
Well, technically,
that was on the podcast.
on a small scale, right?
Cherville ain't that big.
Well, you put 100 people in those. How much you want to bet there's gonna be more accidents with those than there is regular cars?
No.
Yeah,
This is gonna be way more.
way
no,
more.
because cars it's like every 5 minutes.
If I'm driving in the air and when I see
There's
somebody, I'm gonna try to hawk them
There's
down.
nobody in the air. You might hit a bird.
Well, that's the other thing you got to think about the safety regulations and how much But
They have radar detectors.
it doesn't matter, man. You put an idiot in one of those things, and
But they got idiots on the road, and there's 100 million.
But you
of them.
still that still can interfere with say what airplanes got going
Yeah,
on,
that's
what
true.
Yeah,
helicopters
that's
got
the
going
other
on.
thing.
That's true.
And to even fly a car, you're gonna have to get approval from the FAA every time you have to fly your car.
yeah.
So
Tell them to fly at a certain level.
And I feel like you need a driver's
well,
license. and like a flying.
even drones, you have to have a license to fly it.
Yeah, over some feet.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can get in trouble if you fly it so far in there, and then they catch you. You can get fined.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're not in the future yet. Just
I
calm down a
also
little
I
bit.
also want that rocket that flies you from here to Japan in like an hour.
You want to go to Japan for
Well,
real?
that was an example. New York City, Paris, wherever.
Well, didn't they also announce they're gonna make the first nuclear hotel in the air?
Nuclear hotel.
Yeah, first.
Maybe we did, but I don't know.
No, we never talked about that. Nuclear, like
Hotel in the air, or hotel in space, or something like
no,
that.
nuclear hotel in the sky.
What's a nuclear hotel?
The nuclear powered sky hotel.
Oh, by nuclear energy?
Yeah, and it can fit up to 5,000 people at a time.
no. I'm saying no because I saw Oppenheimer.
That looks awesome.
Nope, because
And what they're gonna do is they're gonna build an elevator where you can go in and out, basically at any time.
In and out of what?
Like that thing out of the sky. They're gonna build an elevator.
Like it takes you into the sky?
like
Yeah.
I said, I saw Oppenheimer in theaters.
yeah,
I'm scared of the nuclear bombs. I'm
this,
scared of them.
this is not a bomb. I mean,
It's still nuclear
Nuclear
powered.
energy.
yeah.
nuclear energy.
That's different, though.
I just brought that up to say that's a good movie. Everyone should see it. I want to see it again too.
It's a good movie.
I heard a bunch of people say it was boring.
Well,
It's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of talking, but it's like intense talking.
What,
Yeah.
what if they made a flying cruise ship?
That's basically what it is.
Can it go in the water?
It probably could.
Why we want a flying cruise ship?
Because then you could be on a cruise and then be like, we are now going in the air.
But I feel like the nice thing about the cruise is being like on the
Well,
water.
you would do both. You would fly and you go in the water. You could
Oh my
shift.
god! Imagine somebody like gets seasick. like
Hey.
did they say something like, "Oh my god," they lay down and fly like, "Whoa, what the?"
Like, let's say there's a storm or something, or there's like a big problem in the water. You fly up above it.
It'd be a Titanic part 2, but you can fly right when you see the iceberg.
There's an iceberg, yeah.
That'd be funny. All right.
Or maybe like what if they made a flying submarine?
That's basically what that is.
Can that go underwater?
Probably.
That way you can go all the way down.
What's
Alright.
next on the list?
This isn't a sci-fi show.
We already talked about the F-150s. PayPal. I want F that company. I don't even want to talk about it. Nico, you talk about it. That
No,
company
I don't want
stinks.
to talk about it either. Pass.
I mean, PayPal's a decent company, but I mean,
Yeah, that's what I thought when I bought it at $200 a share.
well, you bought the stock. You gotta buy it. You gotta buy the actual what they're offering. I mean,
What does that mean? They're
Oh.
offering the stock.
well, okay, you have the stock, but now they're offering the credit card.
Well, I don't want that. Every company does that.
Well, yeah, but now PayPal's offering 10% off on this and this,
But
but
Amazon does that too.
well, they do. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about stocks and investing.
Well, yeah.
This isn't the credit card show. Which one's the best credit card?
But technically, it's still return on investment. I mean,
Okay.
depending on what you're buying. But
I
the stock
guess.
is still up and down too. I mean, that's a
No,
fluctuating.
it's down.
But it's always been a fluctuating stock.
This is bad,
No,
though.
not like this.
It hits a 52-week low.
Yeah.
52-week low.
This is what it was 5 years ago. This isn't a good chart.
But technically PayPal was it a bank now? Technically, it's a financial institution.
It's a piece of shit. That's what
Well,
it
yeah.
I
is.
don't know if I consider it that.
Well, now they offer.
No, it's probably a
They're a
financial
payment
institution.
processing.
Well, not anymore. They now they're offering checking, savings, and money market, certificate of
I
deposits.
guess.
It is like an online bank now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's technically like SVB. You know,
Yeah.
it's like another SVB.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but no, leave that company alone. Don't.
There's so many banks now. There's so much competition.
and credit unions and other
Yeah.
things. It's just like
That's why it's like, how do you pick one? Because you could say Block does the same thing, SoFi does the same thing, Ally Bank does the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
how do you pick one to say one's better than the other?
you can't. You just gotta take what each one offers.
Yeah, and then just make a list.
Yeah.
Make a list,
Yeah.
compare.
Next up on the
You got something on about CVS? Oh, this is what
I
you
bought
talking about.
CVS,
Okay.
and if you need to know more, you can watch Stock Talk with Nico Kritikos on YouTube.
Okay, we're gonna leave it just like that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, the topic of discussion that we were talking about earlier is,
Are you about to just start talking about CVS when we just said everyone just watch this video? We're not
Yeah.
gonna talk about it.
we're gonna do both. So Amazon and Mark Cuban took away one of their customers.
Spoiler alert.
But CVS said that it's actually not going to affect their earnings. But well, I mean, we'll see what happens. But it said Blue Cross Blue Shield went to Amazon instead of.
You like Twinkies? What else does?
No, I haven't had a Twinkie since I was like 10.
I'm not a big fan of Twinkies.
It kind
man.
of sounds good. A lot of that food.
like
is
it
grossing me out.
sounds good,
Yeah, but
but
then
when
you
you
see it in the
but
gas
when you
station,
bite it, it's like, oh, that's okay.
I know.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about all that food, like the ding dongs and the zingers and this cake and that cake and all that.
I'm gonna
stuff.
say I don't know if it's Hostess, but is it the brownies, the cosmic brownies?
Debbie's brownies.
No, it's the cosmic
Cosmic?
brownies. Yeah.
That could
What
be
brand
them.
is that?
I actually don't know.
We have about 7 phones. There's at least like 10
7
different
phones.
computers. It's just if not more, but
Little Debbie.
That's
Lil
what I
Debbie.
said.
okay, I was making sure. I just want to make sure. But yeah, those are probably my favorite ones that I can eat. Like
Well,
yeah,
Little
those are good.
Little Debbie's a better company overall when they make the products.
How do you know?
How do I know? Because
They have oatmeal cream pies too, don't they?
they have everything basically. They have, and then
Oh, yeah.
they also partnered up with
Those two are way better than a Twinkie.
and Little Debbie's is a white label too, if you guys know what that means. So basically, other companies like Walmart uses white labels on these products that Little Debbie makes.
Okay.
So basically, it's like Purology. And
What do you mean it's better?
What do you mean?
You said it's better.
It has better quality.
It looks like junk food to me.
Yeah, look at that. No, go back. So they have nutty
this is
bars,
not
Swiss
quality.
rolls.
oatmeal cream pies,
Those donuts.
and honey buns. Oh yeah, Little Debbie's way better than Hostess.
Yeah,
way
way
better.
better. Way better.
Like no, go back. Yeah, they're killing them. They're killing them.
Look, they even have the knockoff ding dongs, right?
Yeah, they're killing them.
You're saying better than.
It's better than Hostess. It's
I
better,
used to eat those. Those are good.
better quality.
Oatmeal cream pies is better than
It's
everything
junk food
else.
though.
It's junk food, but what I'm saying is between the two brands, Little Debbie is better rated than
Yeah.
Hostess.
What's the Hostess?
And people still
brands.
eat that. I just had some cosmic brownies.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, let's leave with one stock you think everyone should buy right now.
Don't say AMD.
Spy.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Spy.
Why? No, right now is not a good time to buy Spy. The market is.
It's always gonna be a good time to buy Spy.
No, it's
no
not.
matter no
No,
matter
it's
no
not.
Is
matter
that every-
no matter which
No,
way the
it's
no
not.
matter which way
No,
the
it's
market
not.
goes.
the indexes are they're richly they're
Okay.
overvalued. This is not a good time.
Technically, it's still a good time. It's
No,
no,
it's
no
not.
matter which
No,
way
it's
you look
not.
at it. No matter which way you look
because
at
it is coming down at least 10% by the end of the year.
Okay, the price might be going down, right? But you still got to hold. No matter which way you look
Yeah,
at
but
it.
you wait till it goes down 10%. You don't waste your time holding it for.
Well, I would
couple
still buy it
months.
now. I would. I mean, it's all up to
If you
personal
buy it
preference.
now, I would buy 10% of my position maybe. Don't buy all your all. the
I
money
want to
you
put all
have.
my money into Spy. I mean, I would put money into like other companies too. I mean, one company I just put money in was what was it? It was a big group. They make a lot of projects for real estate. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Realty income.
They make a lot of real estate purchases. They make warehouses and stuff like that. I'm trying to remember the company.
Nico, how about you? Or are you still thinking?
Mine's gonna be I like CVS. I like Bank of America
Ooh, okay.
and Oh, and MasterCard
Okay.
and Ulta Beauty.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, but I'm still going AMD. So because you
It's-
laughed at me.
It's a good one.
No, he laughed at me about saying AMD is going to be going up. He laughed at me, said I'm a loser, called me stupid. So I got to say AMD. And you know what?
I didn't call you stupid.
I say the second one, Apple. Go get Apple. It's less than the one.
This is
That's a really bad choice.
So
too.
this is the stock that I purchased. WP Carey
Oh,
Inc.
okay.
It's pretty good. They have a good dividend yield. I think it's like 6.7 right now. But they're projected.
Let me fact check this company for you.
All right. Let's end this episode. Anything else to add, gentlemen?
No. We
No.
just got to watch Stock Talk with Nico for
That's
the NVIDIA
right.
the NVIDIA news.
Yeah, go to his YouTube for that.
Yeah. And my TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok's gonna be very good too.
Okay. Anything else to add?
No, that's it. I mean, we're just hoping the market takes a better turn than it has in the past year.
No, I'm hoping the market takes a horrible turn because it's already up 45% this year.
Well, I mean,
It's not going to go up another 45%.
you don't own businesses.
I thought we were talking
He
about the
does.
stock market.
Well, I'm talking about stock market and
Same. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense.
because in September with the steel mills shutting down and our exports and imports at its all-time lowest, we expect a better outcome in the next coming years.
That makes sense.
So, and we expect our businesses to grow. So,
That makes sense.
Ski ye. So, yes, that concludes this episode 52 of Stock Talk with Josh.
And Nico.
and Milan.
You all have a good one out there.
They
And
said
to,
it's Milan.
But I want to be, I want to sound like the city of Italy right now.
there you go.
Okay, well then my name's Nico,
What's your name?
and you're Josh.
Noah Ash. I'm Ash.
No, you're Yoshi.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. All right, Stock Talk with Yoshi, Nico.
And Milan.
You all have a good one out there. And to greener days ahead. Bye-bye.